Everyone thinks civilization began with agriculture. They're wrong. For generations, our understanding of human history rested on a simple, linear progression. Nomadic hunter-gatherers discovered farming, settled down, built villages, and then, eventually, temples. This was the bedrock, a story neat, tidy, and utterly compelling. But what if the very first monumental structures, the earliest sacred spaces, predated the invention of agriculture? What if the desire to worship, to gather, to connect with something larger than oneself was the catalyst, not the consequence, of settled life? In the arid plains of southeastern Turkey, a discovery was made that didn't just challenge this narrative, it obliterated it. A site so ancient, so sophisticated, it forced archaeologists to tear up the textbooks and begin anew. This is Gobekli Tepe. Unearthed in the mid-1990s by German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt, Gobekli Tepe quickly revealed itself to be an anomaly. Not a simple settlement, but a complex of massive, intricately carved stone circles dating back some 11,600 years. That's roughly 6,000 years before Stonehenge and an astonishing 7,000 years before the Great Pyramids of Giza. To put it another way, when Gobekli Tepe was built, humanity was still firmly in the Stone Age. Its builders were hunter-gatherers. They had no metal tools, no pottery, no domesticated animals for labor. Yet they moved and meticulously carved colossal T-shaped pillars, some weighing up to 20 tons. Imagine the sheer effort, the coordinated labor, dozens, perhaps hundreds, of people working together over extended periods, driven by a purpose we can only begin to fathom. This wasn't incidental construction, it was monumental engineering. The pillars themselves are extraordinary. Many are adorned with intricate relief carvings of animals: scorpions, snakes, boars, foxes, lions, ducks. A veritable menagerie, rendered with surprising anatomical accuracy and artistic flair. These aren't just decorative motifs. Scholars believe these animals held deep symbolic significance, perhaps representing deities, cosmic forces, or specific clans. Each circle, it seems, tells a story, a cosmology etched in stone. The purpose of Gobekli Tepe remains one of its greatest mysteries. It wasn't a settlement. There's no evidence of hearths, homes, or daily domestic life within its bounds. It appears to have been purely a ceremonial or ritualistic center. People traveled from far and wide to gather here, to participate in rituals, perhaps to share knowledge, to honor their ancestors or their gods. It was a pilgrimage site millennia before the concept of pilgrimage truly existed. The implications are staggering. If hunter-gatherers could organize such vast undertakings, it suggests a level of social complexity, abstract thought, and collective purpose far beyond what we previously attributed to them. This leads to a revolutionary idea. Perhaps the building of such temples, the need for communal gathering and ritual, actually drove the development of agriculture. People needed to feed large groups to sustain the workforce for these monumental projects. The desire to worship, therefore, didn't follow agriculture. It preceded it. It was the spark that led to the domestication of plants and animals, the formation of permanent settlements, and ultimately, the birth of civilization itself. Gobekli Tepe wasn't built in a vacuum. It was a series of structures, built, used, and then intentionally buried. The builders meticulously covered their circles with earth and rubble, effectively preserving them for millennia. Why was it an act of reverence? A way to put to sleep a sacred space after its purpose was served? Or perhaps it was to protect them from some unknown threat, to hide their secrets from a changing world. The site's systematic burial suggests a profound understanding of preservation and a complex spiritual relationship with their creations. It wasn't abandonment. It was a deliberate act of closure, a final ritual. As archaeologists delve deeper, they uncover even more layers. Literally, there are multiple phases of construction, with later, smaller structures built above the grander, earlier ones, a testament to changing beliefs over thousands of years. Each new discovery at Gobekli Tepe chips away at our previous assumptions. It forces us to reconsider the very definition of primitive, and to acknowledge the extraordinary intellectual and spiritual capacities of our ancient ancestors. It implies a sophisticated symbolic language, a shared mythology, and a collective memory that spanned vast distances and generations. These weren't isolated bands, they were part of a larger, interconnected cultural network. The sheer scale of the revelation is difficult to overstate. It's a seismic shift in archaeological thought, a stark reminder that the past is never truly settled. There are always deeper layers, unexpected twists, and forgotten stories waiting to be told. Gobekli Tepe is more than just a collection of ancient stones. It's a monument to human ingenuity, to our innate drive for meaning, and to the enduring power of collective belief. It's a window into a world we are only just beginning to comprehend. Its silent pillars whisper tales of a time when the sacred led the practical, when monumental art emerged from the hands of hunter-gatherers, and when the very foundations of human civilization were laid not by necessity, but by devotion. The story of humanity, it seems, is far richer and far more complex than we ever dared to imagine, and Gobekli Tepe stands as its oldest, most profound rewrite. To explore another forgotten chapter of our ancient past, subscribe and join us next time.